Hope you can see everyone on my screen. All right, it's a class 4. Let's have a quick recap last class what you discussed, then we can talk about today's topic. All right. Today is July 7, 2024. So what topic we discussed yesterday? We discussed yesterday what is pipeline, right? Operator. How do we use it, right? So basically pipeline operator, we would be using if the requirement needed, the parameter is not part of the default parameter, and it is found in the all the properties where we have seen that is in format list, right? To check all headers or properties of commandlet, right? We identified the parameter did not find in the default parameter where we have checked in get-help commandlet. Then we need to check for the next step. Okay, the required properties or header is part of this commandlet, there or not. To check, we would be using for the format list. How we use it? Commandlet called get-service, any commandlet, right? Which is format list, right? You can also use for the shortcut command. You guys was not speaking, can you go on mute? Okay, so either you can use it like that, get-service for pipeline FL star. Format list star means what? It would show you all, okay, all properties, right? For example, PowerShell, we would be going to, these are very basic, we would be understanding before you start or begin anything about it. Okay, so get-service is a commandlet, and pipeline operator, I would use a format list star. See this? So this is, we would need no must and should, we should aware about how we can identify that is all the properties. We know this name is a part of by default parameter, we can able to find it under the get-help, get-service. We know the display name, we can able to identify. We know that is in other things where some of the properties are header not part of an default parameter, which are hidden. Those we wanted to identify, we need to check by using format list, which is we would see the start type. Yesterday we have verified that status start type, right? So we found it from the format list, then we need to target or we need to denote that respective header. So we would be using for the pipeline operator like that. So we have used it get-service pipeline operator where -object, okay, and $_dot, right? Status -equal to running. It's a very simple. So once you are familiar with, once you are doing the practice, right, you would be able to make it, you will be able to frame it. So no matter how many lines are there script, so whatever the commandlet, whatever the logic used, then we should be able to understand. So in this, before the class, we were not able to understanding how it would be written, right? So yesterday we discussed here, separate we have made it here, right? Which is get hyphen service where hyphen object dollar underscore status equal to running. So this is one separate get hyphen service is a commandlet, and this is pipeline operator where hyphen object is one of the commandlet. Okay, and this open and close expression we call as an enclosed expression, and dollar underscore we discussed, it is one of the variable where we use regularly dollar. Okay, dollar is one of the variable we can store the strings value, right? It might be a string value, it might be number, it might be anything. We can store the value in PowerShell called as a dollar. So dollar underscore it is, we would be saving logically, we will be saving as a temporarily store. Okay, this process happening in background, hence we would be using dollar underscore. So dot is a denoting the property, which property called, it is status, right? It means you have the entire services list of services, this person's going there, and the dollar underscore is temporary store. This dot is denoting this property, and processing equal to running. And during processing, if identified which are the services are running, you need to keep side, then that process is making this dollar underscore, right? So any requirement come to us, we would be understanding that first most important that commandlet is identified, then we need to check the parameter under the help, and that required parameter is not able to find, or it's not there in that parameter, when we would be going to the pipeline operator. To go with the pipeline operator, we need to find that right header should be there or not. To check, we would be going to format list. So once we use a format list, we would be able to find all the headers, right? Also, we have checked, we discussed about called as a format table. Okay, format table is by default you would be getting for the default result, displaying result, right? For example, get hyphen service is a default result we are getting with the default header, right? The default header is status, name, and display name, one of the commandlet, right? If you take any of the commandlet, you would be getting default header, right? Say another commandlet called as a get hyphen process. The result is coming with the default header, right? Now I don't want this default header based on my requirement. I would need for my requirement, right? I need for the only handles and process name. So such requirement, we would be using a format table with the pipeline. You can say get hyphen process pipeline operator, use a format table. We can also use for shortcut commandlet called FT. Okay, I would need for the process name, and I would need for the handles. See, so customized header we wanted to display, then we would be using format table. So these are all very basic, we would be needed upcoming requirement. If someone asks you, I don't need for all the header, please give me that only these two headers, right? Such requirement you need to use for format table or FT, which is customized displaying result, customized header. Okay, header displaying the result. So these things we have discussed. Also we have discussed for the design. So far we discussing what, there is one of the comparison operator called as a EQ, right? Which is called equal to. So we have another couple of comparison operator, right? So those comparison operators are, so we understood that what is a comparison operator. We will be talking again for today. The remaining comparison operators are there. So we have seen that hyphen equal to, then we would be talking about how do we use a not equal to, greater than equal to, less than equal to. So these we will be talking about today, and few more new things we will be learning today. So before moving to that new topic, anyone has any question? so far? Anyways, any is this feeling easy? Your understanding or something confusion happening? Good to go. You can ask. Feel free to ask your question, whatever you are, because you need to learn this after ending of this training, right? After completion of this training, you will have a lot of confidence. Okay. So for manually things you are working, but once you understood, once you completed update, you would be able to do some things are automated. That confident you should get it. I'm sure after completion of this training, that weightage would be different when you try to do some, automations things. Not full-fledged to write a 100-line script, but I'm sure you will be able to write a script. That guarantee I can give you. Good to go.
Just one quick thing. I don't know. It came to my mind. Just asking. So when we
Go
go
ahead.
in
Go.
real
No problem.
time organization, I
Hmm.
know these things will be 100% useful, but so we'll be getting a scenario, like we'll be getting the problem, right?
Right.
Like for
Right.
example, we have 10 or else 50 systems in a
Hmm.
in a
Hmm.
particular server maybe, and then
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, we have to find out something XYZ, or we have to
Right.
deploy something in that
Right.
kind of.
Right. Right.
So what I mean, that is my suggestion. Maybe we should be the practice. Apart from that, we should be having that scenario also, at least samples
Obviously,
where.
obviously. Now see that
Mhm,
we would be going to in that stage after fourth class. Okay.
mhm,
You will be
okay.
going to reach for that when we're talking about the bulk requirement.
Mhm,
The requirement is say I have 100 server. Okay. We are into the call. There is applications team into the call. They have asked, I need immediate. There is a particular C colon to install to fix their issues. They need one of the folder called as appdb immediate to create a folder, create a folder in a C colon, which is name called as appdb
mm,
on 100 servers in next 5 minutes. To do this, what kind of logic you would be using? How do I use it? Should be using for the for each looping statement, right? We will be talking about that's what first step, second step, third step. I'm making you confident. How do I start my journey in a PowerShell? When you by the time you reach this stage, right? The because reaching for this, you would be knowing that all that is in first step, second step, third step. If I directly jump into the writing a script, you won't be able to, make complete frame proper one by one because you need to learn ABCD, then you can make the statement later. Yes or no?
yeah, absolutely.
Right. So again, there are if you talk about yesterday in my use cases, they have asked for that is in there are computers, the list of computer they provided me. Okay, around 210 computers. They asked immediately these computers we need to move to different OU, which is you know active directory topic. Okay, there are 210 list of computers we need to immediately move into the design different OU. And again, there's one more requirement. We have done it. Next 10 minutes we have fulfilled that design. How it is, we know that in how the PowerShell work, but immediately when you go to the Google, right? So we are not a developer, we are not a code writer, but requirement come to know that is in bulk computer moving to different OU PowerShell, right? If you see this, one of the URL. If we know the PowerShell, right, you will be reading this script, but we should be understanding that we need to understand that isn't what they have written. See this dollar new PCs, it's a variable, right? Dollar PC is a variable. Get hyphen add computer is a commandlet. Get hyphen add computer is a commandlet. They were using the parameter called filter. Star indicate for all search base parameter, and there is a path. As I said, for each dollar PC in new PC, this entire variable is coming into the dollar PC. If a dollar PC dot name, there is a dot denoting the name of the dot, and the name is a property, right? Like OU1, right? See this? We discussed yesterday. Dollar PC dot name hyphen like is one of the comparison operator, right? OU1. Then move hyphen object is a commandlet. Parameter identity dollar PC dot distinguisher name. Again, dollar PC is a variable which is stored here. When you use a for each, this virtually or logically the entire information stored under the dollar PC. So dot distinguish name is again properties or header, which is dollar. The dot is denoting this name, right? Hyphen target path is a parameter, and you are going to give these values. Else if dollar PC name like O2, OU2, this OU1 and OU2, then move object identity, this distinguish name target path. I need to know, I need to understand the line by line for that is in this around 7 lines are there, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines are there. I should be able to understand. I need to pick the script and I need to edit it accordingly based on my requirement. Yes or no?
Yeah, right.
If I have without knowing this, what do you mean by this dot? How they have used it? What do you mean by this? Like if I don't know that, instead of this, should I use a different one? Or they have given this logic, right? Instead of this, can I use a different logic? If you know the PowerShell how it works, then you can able to manage it. Yes or no? See this? That's what you would be able to understanding the first 5 to 6 classes in a very basic level. Okay. Then after the 5 classes, we would be going to the stage by stage. Like this all required, very much required basic things commandlet, parameter, right? Operator, comparison operator, logical operator. We should know this, right? Logical operator. Then we would be knowing the format list, format table, sort object, right? These are all we should be understanding. Then we would be going to for the looping statement. When we go into looping statement, we should know that how to write a script, right? The step by step we will be going to that is there is a flow. Don't worry, guys. So don't worry, Praveen. So that guaranteed to make you to write a script. So when we are following this, proper syllabus, okay. Some ABCD should understand this. Then only you will be going to. Once you are familiar with, all the looping statement, error handling, and advanced PowerShell called. We would be talking about module. We'll be talking about function. By this time, you would be able to understand around 100-line script. You can write a multiple script to bring into in a single script. When you talk about the automation, it should read multiple things. So to reach this, first understand that is in very basic things. We would make things serious. Okay. So if I have other notes here, let me just show you. Okay. That's different notes in the previous class. It is not there. I'll share it later part. Okay. Don't worry. So I'll be going to give you, my intention is taking you through that very basic steps. These are very much needed, mandated to know these things. Okay, if I directly jump into the script by using use cases, you won't be able to, you know, make a frame yourself. You can't make some requirement come to you, so you will be getting 100 line script directly. But I should aware about, I should know that is in what are these things uh, they have used it, right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for clarifying.
Perfect, no problem. Okay, so all right, these are all very basic, we understood. Now what was this command let we understood, right? How do we use a pipeline? Yesterday we understood, we made a frame. This is, if I give you in a small requirement again with using pipeline operator, okay, I'll give you two use cases for you. Just make it, you can take a time and you can use it. Okay, please get all the you know system event log, system event log started from, you can take it 6th of, you can say 3rd July to till today, and get only error log. So you should be able to find that is in command let, and then you should be able to find, use that, use pipeline operator, pipeline operator, and you can use it however you want. You should be knowing the command let, and even though that parameter is identified in a default, still you can use it in a pipeline operator. But you should be knowing that is in the denoting of the properties, which properties I need to be use it. You think and prepare it. Okay, command let parameter and frame it. Okay, this one is, and what we are going to talk about now, there are a comparison operator we have used it, hyphen equal to, right? The example is get hyphen service pipeline operator where hyphen object dollar underscore dot status hyphen equal to running. Yesterday we have discussed same example. I would need to a start type. So start type, it means you can find it here. Second one is, please get the services are running with start type automatic. But you have prepared yesterday, but when you are checking the result, it was not coming as expected, right? It is coming, but is we need to use a customized headers. We have used it, right? So when you see this automatic, we would be using that same format in a pipeline operator. Get hyphen services where hyphen object the dollar underscore dot start type, instead of that status start type equal to, I would need automatic. And when you use this much only, but you would be getting for the only default result. You would be getting for default result, right? But the script, this line is executed properly without error, but is not showing you result as expected. It means the required header is not there, right? The required header is not there. So such cases, right? This kind of such cases, we would need to understand that format table. So you need to type the format table. Format table means customized header. So pipeline operator, format table, ft. Now you need to type name, comma, display name, status, and start type. See this? The above one, whatever we written, it was correct. but result is coming with the default header. But we need to do that additional header to be added, which is called star type. It was not there in the by default, but we need to display that. We would use a another header called star type. To adding additional header, we would use for format table along with others. So whichever header you wanted to be display, you can change it here. You want to only name and status and start type, yeah, you can. Whichever you want, you can change it here. But multiple header you are looking, you should be using separated by comma, right? So I don't need for anything using for the name, but start type you should be use this start. Then you should be having only these are the services are start type automatic. Okay, we using for the customized header, so we will be using in format table, right? So we have used it yesterday. So same things. So far we use for only equal to, right? There are other comparison operator. Okay, what are those comparison operator? Those are all here. In PowerShell we would be using for some you know this kind of hyphen equal to is called equal to, hyphen not hyphen ne, which is called not equal to, hyphen great gt is called greater than, hyphen ge is a greater than equal to, hyphen lt it is called less than, and hyphen le is called less than or equal to le. So we should be aware about how do I use in PowerShell other comparison operator by using this. So keep in mind other comparison operator called. Now if you see this not equal to, so it's always opposite of equal to, right? So instead of the equal to, if you use this not equal to hyphen ne, it will be opposite result you're getting. Instead of this, if you use a hyphen equal to, instead of this, you can use ne, you would be getting for that is in manual. Let's say this. I'll be going to use ne not equal to. It is opposite. Now I don't need the automatic, which means the other one is manual. So see this, you should be able to see the result called manual. There's only two conditions or two result in a start type called as a manual or automatic, and one more is disable as well. See this. So ultimately you are asking to not equal to automatic, and which are all there, you should give me the result. And then it's coming here start type is all are in manual because you use a not equal to, right? And same things if you use that is in services called running, right? If you use the not equal to here, you would be getting for only stopped, right? See this, it is not equal to hyphen ne, it is the opposite of equal to, right? Same things when you go to other comparison operator, which is hyphen gt, hyphen ge, hyphen lt, and hyphen le. Remember, these comparison operator always deal with the numbers. Okay, you can. So just for the hint, this gt, ge, lt, le, so always checking with the numbers only. Whenever the requirement come to us, they're asking for I need to get that is in greater than this, less than this, then we would be using for the number. So how do I use it? If I say that greater than equal to, less than equal to, with the help with the using for the pipeline operator, instead of hyphen equal to, I would be using greater, instead of equal to greater than, but I cannot use it this kind of requirement like automatic. I cannot use it less than automatic, right? Based on the requirement logic we would be using. As I said, to understanding always this kind of comparison operator must be using for the numbers. So number means what? Say for example, if I go to the get hyphen process, okay. So you see this in this header, by default result is coming with a number only. Okay. Now see this handles, name, sorry, npm, pm. There are other headers are related for the get hyphen process. If I ask you, I would need for whichever handles the property, right, header are running greater than 100. Some process name is there. So I would need to check whichever handles are running greater than 100. Please get those details for the process. How do I get it? Requirement is, okay, get the process handles which are all running processing greater than 100. So first most important, you need to find the commandlet. You know the what is the commandlet, which is called get hyphen process. Second important, you would be understand that we must get the process handles. Okay, do we see that handles as a header, as a properties, as a parameter? Check that. And which are all processing greater than 100. So now what kind of logic we would be using? We will be using pipeline operator. Then in this pipeline operator we are using comparison operator called as a greater than. So how do we frame it? Get hyphen process pipeline operator where hyphen object. Now you can tell me the reason. How do I use it? Dollar underscore dot. Now you can refer this. What do I write there? Dollar underscore dot. What is the property? What is the header I should write here? Dollar underscore dot. Perfect.
I think
What is that? Handles, right?
handles greater than
Handles. And now the comparison operator space, I would use GT. What is the number we given here? 100. Is it correct? Simple.
Yes.
If I use this, by default we are getting this all the, when I type the get hyphen process, all the handles which are running in the process name. Same things in this requirement, I would need which are all process running, the handles runnings are greater than 100. I don't need all. Say for example, get hyphen process, use the pipeline operator where hyphen object expression you are going to use dollar underscore dot handles. See this properties. Instead of equal, I would be using GT greater than. What is the number? 100. See this. Do you see the all the process name you are getting for greater than 100? Do you see any of the number less than 100 here? Do you see any of the number less than 100?
no.
But one question will be arising here. Why it is showing like that? 135 again, 385 like that, and again lesser than number. Is it right order? Again it's coming very big number. Again it's coming less number. We wanted to make this order, what do we call in a mathematical? We call as a If I wanted to small to high or high to small, what do we call that mathematical?
Yes, to
Sorry?
Ascending, descending
yes to
orders.
ascending.
You heard about ascending,
Yep.
right? Yes or no? Ascending means what? Descending means what?
High to low, ascending, descending, low to high. Oh, I'm sorry. I reversed it. Ascending is something low to high, and descending will be high to low.
Right? So it means giving you that is in order, right? Order. Right order we should be using, right? Yes or no? So by default, it is not giving you right order. So we wanted to make to displaying the right order, then we should be using in PowerShell called as a sort hyphen object. The command that called as a sort hyphen object. What does it this sort hyphen object is going to do? We can ask a PowerShell called get hyphen help sort hyphen object. So when you use this help, then it giving you that is in sort hyphen object property called, you see this, by default you use the sort hyphen object, it will take a by default ascending, but you specifically wanted to give the result descending, then you have to type the descending as a parameter. For example, now same script, right? I would use sort hyphen object, sort hyphen object, and what is the property you wanted to sort? Handles, right? Yes or no? See this? Do you see now that is in order wise? It is sort hyphen object. I gave only handle the properties, which is sorting this one at 5. It is number lower to high, which is handle means lower to high, right? 105, 108, 116, 119. It is keep on giving you the reason higher the number. Now makes sense. Earlier it was not giving me the right order. So I need to tell the PowerShell, why please give me that is right order. No. So if you want to write order, you should use the sort object. And which property you wanted to, you can say the handles. No, I don't want to. It's a by default. You don't need to give ascending. It's taking by default ascending only without you giving. If tell to the PowerShell, I need a descending means like that. I need hyphen descending. Then there is a properties handles. So now it is coming from bigger to small, right? See this? Descending bigger to small. Getting my point? So you will be using for sort hyphen object. When do we use it? It is giving you order. Okay, get the result order wise, right? But by default, it will give you ascending only. But specifically, you wanted to know the descending, then you have to type the parameter called as descending and with the property name, with header name. Okay. And the same requirement, if I go to the what do you mean by, what is the difference between greater and greater than equal to? What is the difference between greater than and greater than equal to? If I tell you that is in greater than 100, if it is a process running 100, it won't display 100. Say for example, now 105 is right. If I say greater than 105, it won't display 105 because you are telling to that is in greater than 100 105. But if you use greater than equal to, it will start with whatever number you have provided. It means you need to tell to the greater than equal to this number as well as the greater than equal to. That is a simple definition, right? If you say instead of GT, you should use a GE with greater than equal to 105, then you would be able to see this 105, right? And you wanted to, I don't want a descending, I wanted to use for ascending, remove the descending, and by default the property would be the header would be start with the ascending only. Getting my point? Greater than equal to, same process, less than equal to, same. If you say give me that is in less than LT 105, whichever process are running, you see these many processes are coming 105, right? There is exactly coming 97. You can use it if you want to result get the with 97, that is 97 less than equal to LE. See this? So greater than equal to, less than equal to, these are all part of the comparison operator. Also you have one more comparison operator called as a like, hyphen like. So like always using, like it is always, remember, whenever you bring this, always using with the wildcard. What do you mean by wildcard here? We should use the star. So how do we use this like here? If I requirement come to us, okay, get the all the service display name, start with remote, use pipeline operator. How do I frame it? Get all the services display name, start with remote. When you are using the pipeline operator and when you are saying the start with, you know that already we discussed start with, end with, and everything, right? When we use the start with, how do we use our wildcard? When we use the end with, how do we use the wildcard? And if everything, anything to be used, how do we use for our wildcard? Anyone remember which we discussed? Here it is. Okay. So whenever you're using the like, always you should be using with this, using with the wildcard. So how do I use this? How do I make it this frame, right? Get hyphen service, pipeline operator, where hyphen object, dollar underscore dot. What is the property I should use it? Remote, I am asked start with. Okay. And you do not see remote as a parameter or do not see that any header, right? We should think
Display
like that.
name.
Display name, right? We need to, no problem. So because it's starting, right? But the logic we can understand easily later part. Okay. Now here I said start with, right? Hyphen, I will not be using comparison operator equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than will not be using. I should be using like. Like, then I said start with remote. So it should be remote star and closes. See this? Should be using this way. And let's come back here, get hyphen service, where hyphen object, right? Dollar underscore dot display name. hyphen, if you use equal to, what will happen? Do you get the result equal to what? Remote. Do you get the result here like this? See, you won't get it. Instead of this, you would be using like. Like will understand it always with your wildcard. So it's understand that I need to give the to the start with remote. Now see this, right? And if you want to see this network, same for this network, you'd be able to see the network. I wanted to start with network. You should use the like. Based on the practice, that is definition how we need to use the like. When you've been using the like, you would be using to always wildcard, right? When greater than, less than we're using, then you should be think of
Hello.
Think sir got disconnected.
okay, sorry, it got disconnected automatically. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so I'm back now. So everything is get disconnected automatically. Let me see my notes is back or not. Right, good. So we were talking about how do we use this like, which is all in a comparison operator as part of uh, when we are using the comparison operator, it should be equal to, not equal to, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to. It just to understand into logic, right? You won't get much on that. Whenever requirement come to, you should be aware about, okay, like means what, why we are using this star, and instead of this, why can't I use it in a equal or not equal. Certain logic, it won't be give the result, but we should be aware about, if I use a like, and it must be using for the wildcard, right? With the help of this comparison operator, we understand that we are using the pipeline operator, right? Pipeline operator and comparison operator, right? Simple pipeline operator using, where we are using the command called as a this symbolical, and we are using the taking help of verifying the comparison
Sir, in between your
operator,
voice is breaking. I'm not sure
then
it's from me.
Yes, yes.
find
Yes,
Your
your
voice
voice
is
is
no
breaking.
breaking.
result.
Voice is breaking in and out actually.
How about others?
Yes,
Okay, let me
sir, your
just.
voice is breaking.
Okay, now I have changed my network. How about now?
Yes, it's fine,
Still
sir.
same?
No, it is fine now.
Okay, okay. No, I have changed the network. It was default connected another Wi-Fi. Okay, so we were using that is in pipeline operator, and also we are using for the comparison operator. Pipeline operator would be always using for this symbol, and where hyphen object for the supporting commandlet, and we will be fulfilling requirement by using comparison operator is a very basic level, right? Which is equal to, not equal to, using. So if I wanted to little more, additional requirement to manage it from our side, which is combination of, so far we discussed only single header we are using, or you can say parameter we are using, right? Single header, but we wanted to use multiple header in a single script, right? We need to use a multiple headers. To use it, we would be using for that is in another process called as a logical operator. So do you know that what is a logical operator in a digital electronic? You heard about in a college days. That is a gates in a logical operator. You heard about
And or nor,
AND gate, right? OR gate. Heard about? Yes or no?
nor,
NOR gate. Do you know the result of this AND gate? XOR gate, right? XOR NOR gate. So if I use an AND gate, what would be the result? What is the meaning of this AND gate? AND gate, when we use, what is the result?
Basically, it's combining two different conditions.
Correct.
Um,
Two conditions. What would be the result? True when both the conditions is true, right? When both statements are true, correct? Yes or no? Or forget about. Okay, we'll ask PowerShell. No worries. So to think about, to understand this, we'll go to the PowerShell. So again, this is a new topic, right? Logical operator. So we can ask get hyphen help about underscore star. We should find that logical operator. Hope you would be able to find this logical operator, is because new topic here. Alphabetic order is giving the result C D I J K L. Do you find, see this logical operator? Copy this and just ask PowerShell what is logical operator. Get hyphen help about need to copy once again. Okay. Just copying again. Get hyphen help about underscore logical operator. So what is logical operator is going to do here? Definition of this: a operations connect a statement in a PowerShell. A long description: the PowerShell logical operators connect expressions and statements, allowing you to single expression to test for multiple conditions. Okay. The following statements uses that operators and the operators to connect three conditional statement. The statement is true only when the values of $a greater than value of $b, and either a or b is less than 20. Or it is just giving example. If dollar greater than, now the number is given to the number 20, right? If dollar greater than b hyphen and $a hyphen less than 20, or $b less than 20. So this is you forget about. Let's talk about for the reason what are the logical operator by Zika. We will understand the later part, mathematical. Okay. So what are those logical operator? We should be using the table R. It's not giving tables about logical operators. We should be getting for logical operator. Okay. You can take it logical and, logical or, logical XOR, logical not. Copy this. Okay. So the first one is logical and. Okay. Second one is logical or. The definition is true when both the statements are true. Right? True when both the statements are true. And logical or, true when either statement is true. And logical exclusive, true when only one statement is true. And there is example is given you. We will make you that to understand how you can use it. Okay. Let's say this. You are using the logical operator, right? If I say A and B, okay, which is called result. Now A is a 0, B is 0. What would be the result? A is a 1 and B is 0. What would be the result for AND operator? It's just for the understanding, don't worry. Okay, we're not going to use this mathematical, but we will be using actual use cases. We will take example. If the, when you're using that is an AND gate or AND operator like this, then it will be verify the multiple statement, multiple conditions, it would give the result. And 0 and 1 and 0 0, right? 0 0 already there, and 1 1, right? And now tell me the result is in this condition. If I'm using the AND operator, what would be the result? 0 0
0.
0 only. 1 0
0.
0 0 1
0.
1 1. Correct? Yes or no? When both the statement is true, then result is coming. Result. That the definition says, what is the definition here? True when both the statements are true. True when both the statements are true. Is it correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, how do I understand this? Now say $A equal to 0. dollar $B equal to 1. Now we can ask a PowerShell. We can ask a PowerShell. What is that? How do I ask it PowerShell? The value I have declared here, dollar $A equal to 0 and dollar $B equal to 1 here. The condition should be, our result should be 0, correct? And how I can ask the PowerShell to here? Dollar $A equal to dollar $A hyphen equal to 0, right? And I'm going to use AND operator and dollar $B equal to 1. What should be the condition? It should be, it won't give you number, it would give you true or false. It should be, I can say false. This I can say false. This I can say false. This I can say true, correct? I will declare the value in PowerShell, dollar $A equal to 0 and dollar $B equal to 1. But now I'm asking the PowerShell, I'm using this logical operator, give me the result. If I'm using the AND operator, the result should come as a false, right? Dollar $A equal to 0 and AND operator, dollar $B equal to 1. What would be the result? Result would be false. Now say, so for example, dollar, I'm going to declaring the value, dollar $A equal to 0, just for the example, okay? Don't think about it, something we are doing here. But to understanding you, we are to making the decision how the AND is works. Once we know this, and we would be using for the actual requirement. I'm declaring for the dollar $B equal to 1. Okay. Now value I have declared in a dollar $A and B. I'm asking the PowerShell, right? Dollar $A dollar $A equal to 1, and I'm using the AND operator, AND logical operator. Then dollar $B equal to, what was the value we given? A equal to 0 and B equal to 1, and A equal to 0 and B equal to 1, right? It should be 0 here, and B equal to 1. What should be the value now? How it's coming 1 here? Let's say this 1 1 false. False. Something missing right here. So dollar $A equal to 0, dollar $B equal to 1, and dollar $A equal to 0 and dollar $B equal to 1. So the answer should be, if I'm using for this AND operator, it must give the result false, right? Now it is both the statement is true, then it's coming here false, right? Let's see this, what is the result is coming here. So I should be declaring the value here. Only one, because both the value I have declared here, right? B value is 1. 0 0 should be false, 1 0 should be false, 0 1 should be false, and 1 1 should be true. Okay, but how is coming? It is, let's see once again. $A, what is the value here? $A 0 and $B value is 1. Is it right? When both the statement is true, then the result should become 1, right? Logical operator, 1 equal to 1 and 1 equal to 2, result is false. But now if you give the number, right, it won't be taking. Okay, no problem. Let's see this. I'll check this formula. Okay, how it's coming. If I use the same formula, should be, if I use OR, should be opposite, right? See, it's also giving result. Something. Can you, anyone guys try with your, what would be the result? Is it coming same? Something dollar.
Coming false. It's coming false for me.
Right? You guys are coming false, right? You are trying anyone with this? $A equal to 0 and B equal to 1 and giving this one? Answer must be false actually. And when I give the 1 and 1, it should give the true, but it's coming here something different. But I think I need to check with this. But anyone can try it from your end? So no problem. So this part you can keep in park. Okay, I'll explain you. But requirement come when you are going to the using this AND gate, right? Or AND operator. How do I use it? Say for example, I'll give one example to use it. Now I have this service, get hyphen service. And meanwhile, anyone can try with this, result. We'll see this how is coming here. Now requirement come to you. I have this result, right? So I would need the two conditions. What is two condition? The display name, whatever the display name, should show Windows and remote. Or see this Xbox is there not? The requirement is the Xbox is there. Okay, Xbox. So please get the result. I need all the services, service display name, start with Windows and Xbox. I would use for the two conditions here. So I need for the display name start with Windows and Xbox. It means start with means what? Whichever services are started Windows and whichever services are Xbox, which are start with. If the Windows is coming some other places, it would not get it. But two conditions we have. It means that both the statement is true. Both the statement is true, then only you should give the result. These two conditions should be true. How do I use it? I should be using like that, get hyphen service, pipeline operator, where hyphen object, dollar underscore dot. First one you can take it, which is that display name, start with Windows. The header name is display name. What should I use it here? Comparison operator should be equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, like. I should be using like because I have asked for the start with. Now I should be using for Windows star. And now I have asked the same requirement in the same line also for the Xbox. So then in this case, I would be using hyphen and logical operator, then dollar underscore. Don't open another expression. So same expression you'd be using dollar hyphen and logical operator, dollar underscore dot, again the same display name, hyphen like, which is Xbox. Is that correct statement? Xbox. Is this correct? I would need both the display name start with the Windows and Xbox. Let's see it's coming or not. If the both the statements is coming or not. Here I have all the services here. Now these are all the services, right? It would be validating display name start with the display name start with the, it will not take anyone A, B, C, D and all. Okay. It would take it Windows, this one, and then is keep on checking here further. And second one is Windows. And also second statement. You can see third one is Windows. Fourth one is Windows. Fifth one is Windows. Again, sixth, seven, eight, all is getting result. Along with this, it would also ask a second statement is Xbox. Start with Xbox. These four, right? Let's see this coming or not. Get hyphen service, pipeline operator, where hyphen object, dollar underscore dot, display name, hyphen like. I'd be using Windows star because the start with. Continue with this hyphen and operator, dollar underscore dot display name, like should be using Xbox. So when the both the statement is true, then only it should give the result, right? Display name start with Windows and display start with Xbox, right? See this result is coming or not? Missing some here?
Yeah, right.
What was the missing here? You see get hyphen service, where hyphen object, dollar underscore dot display name, like Windows star and display name like Xbox. I should get the result, right? If I use only Windows, let's see it's coming or not. Right. And I should be getting for Xbox. Right. So I need to this two result. I'm using for this and operator. I should be able to get the result, right?
Absolutely.
Right. Say this. So why I'm not getting here? Both the statement is true, then result should come here, right?
And there is no error in the format as well. So look
Right.
like
Right. Something is missing with this
missing, yeah.
console. Right. So because that earlier result also is coming, let me open with my other console. So it should me give the result with the both. I have checked one by one. Copy this. Okay, result not coming here. Can anyone guys try with this? I'm just pasting you in your PowerShell console. Try with this. Let me just paste this. If I use OR, logical operator is not working. So when I use OR, it is coming result. Okay. But ideally it should come, AND operators. Can anyone try with this AND operator and test it?
Result.
It's coming or not?
No,
Same result, no comment. When
Then
you
that,
use or,
that
there is some.
the output is something is missing, right?
Sir, try is this logic which we have.
Opposite.
Yeah,
It's coming
logic is
opposite.
completely opposite. Like we are saying,
See,
A
or
0, B 0.
right. I'm not getting it. Let me just see once again. Okay, let's see this Windows, right? And I would be using, let's talk about remote. Okay. No, but if I use OR, see, this is missing here. Okay. So everyone are getting same. Even I try with this
sir, and operator
AND operator.
I see because it is showing 1 plus 0 is means and operator. It is showing we use to multiply 1 into 0. It is 0.
Right. This is a table we written right here. This one. 0 into 0 0, 1 into 0 0, 0 into 1 0, and 1 into 1 1. Correct? Because when
Correct.
both the statement is true, right?
Yes, correct.
But result is coming opposite. I'm not sure why it is coming, but other PowerShell console you can look into that. If it's not there, and I'll check with again. Okay, how it's coming the result. Just to understand that how we are going to use a multiple conditions and what kind of operator we are going to use it. Multiple condition such requirement in my display name, right? We have that is in two conditions should be able to get the result. I need for the Windows remote and all. So same things I would be using for the event log and others. We will talk some couple of example, but result is coming opposite. Let me check later. Okay. But this is again, still we are discussing very basic. Okay. Now, once it is logical, again, we will talk about tomorrow, coming week, we'll see the result, how it's coming and all. Okay. So we'll take some more example to understanding more on logical operator. Once it is completed logical operator, then we will be, talk about few more things, which is called variable. Uh, Once its variable is completed, we'll start with the scripting, which is looping statement. Anyone has any question? You just, I'll give you some couple of examples and I'll paste you in a group WhatsApp. You have to complete your homework and you try your own. Okay. And to sit in front of system and try with some command led typing in your PowerShell console and make familiar with this all parameter, values, right? Data types, command led, all you need to pronounce when you are working. And when you are little more familiar with or practicing, then you will get some more confident. So only you are not practicing and you are only relying on depending on classes, it will be little difficult to understand, and when requirement come to you and difficult to manage it. So I would recommend, please practice it, whatever example is giving, and also you can think about if require come to you in a production or your day-to-day operations, how do I plan it? Good to go?
Yeah.
Good to wind up?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll give you a few more tasks, whichever so far we discussed. Try to practice it and give me the result coming week. Then we'll talk about one more time logical operator. All good?
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, guys. Thank you so
Okay.
much for today time. So we'll meet up next week with a few more new things. Okay. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.